Hello Starbearers, this is GeoStar7 here with another video. Today I want to talk to you about my experience at Hyper Japan Fest 2025. This is an event at the London Olympia that I like to attend every year, and every year afterwards I like to make one of these videos just telling you about what my day was like, some of the merchandise that I bought, my reasons behind purchasing some of those items, and really just sharing with you just what my experience was like in the day. So yeah, I have been attending Hyper Japan Fest for a good few years now. However, this year there was something a little bit different about my experience. As a matter of fact, let me show you what I mean. So yes, I actually got to attend Hyper Japan Fest this year with my girlfriend Laura. Just for some context here, I actually, for one Christmas, I bought Laura the Kilala Princess series. It's a manga series that's licensed by Disney, and it's basically about this Japanese girl who finds herself encountering the various Disney princesses and eventually becomes a princess herself. And I knew that Laura just absolutely loves the Disney princesses like Cinderella and all those other ones. So I bought her the whole series. And she not only liked it, she absolutely loved it. In fact, she liked it so much that she actually started looking at some other manga series, like Sailor Moon, for example. We actually went to see Sailor Moon live in London as well, and she also read Spy and Family, and she's even been watching the anime. And it's just gotten to the point where she's started to love anime and manga and all that otaku stuff just as much as I do. Like, when I bought her the Kilala series, like, I had no idea that she would, you know, become so hooked on it and that I would have that kind of influence on her. So when I told her about Hyper Japan Fest, she, of course, absolutely wanted to go with me the next time I went. So I bought the tickets and we actually went there together. So I got the chance to go with someone who was experiencing Hyper Japan Fest for the very first time. And so yeah, let me just tell you about our day and some of the things we bought, and I just really hope you enjoy. It all started on the morning of July 20th, which was actually coincidentally 1 year to the day that I actually attended Hyper Japan Fest in 2024. It was a Sunday, it was 7 o'clock, and the only thing that we were a bit concerned about was actually the travelling, because we'd looked the night before about train times, and it didn't seem like that there were any trains leaving from Dartford, which is where we were going to be leaving from into London. But when we got there on the day after we'd parked and we saw the train times, it seemed that the trains were actually running. It was just certain lines that were being disrupted, and it had no influence on our journey at all. So we were able to get the Dartford train straight into London. I think it was London Charing Cross we went to, and then or London Victoria, one of the two. And once we got there, we were able to get a tube train directly to London Olympia in Kensington. Like, we got a line that went directly from that London station all the way to Kensington Olympia, which was just so good for us, because, you know, I have mentioned in the past that, like, I haven't had the best luck with travelling to Hyper Japan Fest. There's been times when maybe I've gotten on the wrong train, or I've gotten on the wrong bus, and I've ended up too far away from the Olympia, so I had to walk for about 20 minutes to actually get there. So sometimes I didn't arrive exactly on time. It's actually quite convenient that when you do get tickets for Hyper Japan Fest, you don't have to be there like when the doors open on time. Like, you can show up as long as you've got the ticket. You can show up whenever you want, and you can leave whenever you want as long as you've got the ticket to get in. So they don't mind that. So that was just really convenient. So anyway, once we got into the Olympia, the very first thing we saw was actually something that Laura was interested in. It was actually a stall that was selling Poki, which is like those little chocolate sticks that you see people eating in anime all the time, like those little chocolate snacks. We actually she bought some and we tried a few for ourselves later on, and they were okay. And she also bought a can of fruit drink that was a Hello Kitty brand, and she absolutely loves Hello Kitty. I actually bought her a large Hello Kitty plushie last year, and she absolutely loved it. And yeah, so you can be sure that she was going around looking for Hello Kitty merchandise to purchase, and she did purchase quite a few of them throughout the day. On the stall next to it was actually something that caught my attention. It was actually a stall that was selling plushies, and in particular they were selling Eevee and Eeveelution plushies. And if you guys know me, like I've made it a thing where any time that I go to Hyper Japan Fest, I always have to buy something that's Eevee or Eeveelution related. Like I've really started to take an interest in them. I actually, I have all those coasters. I've got these posters here that I bought last year, and I even have a picture that it shows the Eevees and they change to its Eeveelutions and the shiny forms of the Eeveelutions depending on the angle. And so yeah, I was very tempted to purchase all 9 of those plushies, so I had a complete collection of Eevee and Eeveelution plushies. But and they were reasonably priced. They were like £15 to £22, but I knew that if I spent my money there and on all of them, then I would barely have any money left, because I only bought like £300 with me, and I was trying to make sure that I didn't go overboard with my spending, just like I did last year. So I resisted my temptation, and I decided to just look around a little bit more at the other stalls to see what they had on offer as well. What I didn't hold back on, though, was the next stall. So, for those of you who might not know, or maybe you do, but I'm a very big fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh series and the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Like, I've been collecting the cards since I was in primary school. Probably about more than 20 years I've been collecting the cards, and I'm still collecting to this very day. So, as you can imagine, it absolutely blew my mind when I saw that there was a whole booth dedicated to Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, all the years I've gone to Hyper Japan Fest before then, I've never seen a whole booth that is specifically dedicated to Yu-Gi-Oh! And they had just so much on offer. They had a store where you could buy booster packs and structure decks and other merchandise. They had a table where you could actually colour in some of your favourite Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. They had computers where you could play Duel Links, which is the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game, online. And they also had various tables set up with physical decks, and you could actually play against some of the staff members in an actual game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I just thought, oh my god, that is absolutely amazing. And one other thing they had as well was this really big photo opportunity with a giant Blue Eyes White Dragon card that you could stand in and get a picture in. It was amazing. But the absolute best thing that they had there was they actually had a prize wheel. And depending on the activities you did on the stall and how much money you spent as well, they would give you a stamp on a card that would give you a spin on the prize wheel. So with that in mind, I decided to do a little bit of everything. I did some colouring in. I actually have, let me show you. I did this Blue Eyes White Dragon, but I did a bit of a twist on it. I actually made it with a Red Eyes Black Dragon, with the Red Eyes Black Dragon colour scheme, which I thought was a little bit creative, because I have actually done quite a bit of manga colouring myself as well. Over the years, I've done some various colouring in. I'm actually quite proud. I'm actually quite proud of some of these. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah. So these it was just something that I do sometimes. And so yeah, I did that colouring in, and then I went to the stall that they had, and I bought a Maze of the Masters box set, which you can see there. It cost me £43 to get, but it was worth every penny because it gives you 24. I don't know if you can see there. It gives you 24 booster packs in the whole thing. So you can probably guess that I went through a really long evening of going through all those cards. And actually, like this is an idea of some of the ones that I've got. It's a pretty big thing. It's got these are literally all the cards that I got out of those packs. You can see it's quite bulky. You got things like the Allure Queen series, some of the some upgrades to the XYZ Dragon Cannon, and just various other things as well. And so after I made that purchase, the last thing I did was actually duel against one of the staff members on one of the tables, and it was actually the very first time that I'd actually duelled against someone other than myself since I was in secondary school. So it was a really, really enjoyable experience for me, and it was a very close match, I will admit, I did end up losing the match, but you still get the stamp regardless. I think if I'd known that you could actually go and duel against someone there, I probably would have brought one of my own decks because I always love deck building and doing all that sort of thing. But yeah, in the end, I actually got 6 stamps, which gave me 6 spins on the prize wheel, and the prizes that I got were these. Were these three little pins? Like there's one of Ancient Fairy Dragon. There's one of Ash Blossom of the Joyous Spring. Laura really liked that one as well. And I can't really read this one. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see because it's a synchro monster. It's hard to see the writing, but that's the other one I got. So I got those 3 pins, and what else did I get? I got those 3 pins. I got I got another booster pack which I already opened and threw, so I can't show you. But the last thing that I got was actually a random structure deck that you could get. So I was a little bit concerned that when I got that one, I was a bit concerned that there was a possibility I could actually pick out a deck which I'd already bought before. But fortunately, the one I got was actually one that I've been holding off buying for quite some time, and it is actually the Blue Eyes White Destiny structure deck, so that was my random prize. And as well as all those, I got given... I don't know how I'm going to show this. I got this placemat. So yeah, it's quite big. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, it's a one featuring My Valentine and Joey Wheeler, and it's just something that you can play the game on as well. I'm still really trying to look for a place to store this because it's quite big. It's hard to keep it somewhere. But anyway, so as you can imagine, there was just so much to do at that stall, and I just love that they put it by the entrance, and I just love doing everything that was on offer there. The only thing that irked me a little bit was just how long it was taking me to do everything, because with the colouring, with the purchases I made, with the actual duel that I was taking part in, I ended up spending like about an hour there, so like a whole hour, and I knew Laura might have been a little bit bored, so she actually did go off and buy some other things like some key rings for Spy and Family and Hello Kitty and that. And at one point, she actually did join me in colouring the Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. She actually did one of Buster Blader herself. I don't know if she kept it, but yeah, so she joined me on that. So So yeah, I'd spent a whole hour there, and I knew our time was limited. Like, on a Sunday it is only open for about uh, I think I think 8 hours in total on a Sunday. So yeah, we after that we were able to move on, and we went to another section of the Olympia where they actually had the stage. There were people singing various Japanese songs, including some from Ghibli. I think there was one that was coming out of Princess Mononoke at one point, I believe. And not only that, but on that side there was also some classic carnival games that you could play, and there was even a whole place dedicated to Neon Genesis Evangelion. Like that shows apparently celebrating an anniversary, and they had a whole section of like fan art and merchandise just to really pay tribute to that. And along that area as well with the stage is also where you see the cars that they have. Like, you always see at Hyper Japan Fest, they've always got these cars decorated with anime characters. It's a really incredible thing. But anyway, after all that, we went back to the main area, and I actually went back to the Yu-Gi-Oh stall for one more thing, because I realised that there was one thing that I'd actually forgotten to do. I just absolutely had to get a picture of myself inside that giant Blue Eyes White Dragon card. Like, what a photo opportunity! You could not miss that. But anyway, after that, we were finally able to go around to some of the other stalls, and Laura actually bought herself a fairy tale shirt, which was which had happy on the front. Oh, actually, that's something I need to mention as well. Because I usually wear these Sword Art Online shirts to Hyper Japan Fest as well as this. Laura decided that she wanted to wear an anime shirt herself when we went there. So she actually, before we actually went to Hyper Japan, a few days earlier, she'd actually bought herself a fairy tale shirt. The only thing is, unless you knew she was wearing it, you probably wouldn't have noticed, because what it is, the one she bought was actually plain on the front. It was just plain white with the fairy tale logo on the or crest or whatever it's called on just on the side, and on the back of it was where you had black and white illustrations of the characters. But because she was wearing a fleece the whole day, like, you would barely even notice the simp symbol if you just do it. So to anyone looking, you would think she was just wearing a plain white shirt, which was a little bit disappointing. But yeah, she did. She did purchase a happy shirt, and yeah, she was really happy with that. Pardon the pun. She's never actually seen Fairy Tail the anime or anything, but she has seen Eden Zero, so she is familiar with Happy, like another version of him, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so we went round to other stalls, and then we got to another one that really got me excited. This was a stall that was dedicated almost entirely to Pretty Cure. So, for those of you who don't know, Pretty Cure is one of the most successful, longest-running magical girl animes in recent history. Like, it's been going on for how long has it been going on for? Let me just look. Yeah, so it's been going on since 2024, and every year it has a new series with new characters and themes. It has a movie released every year. Sometimes there's crossover events with the various Pretty Cure teams, and it's just so popular, and it really is. It's a really big franchise. Unfortunately, it's not as successful over in Western countries. Like very few of the series have actually been shown to American audiences. They have made English dubs of about 3 of the series, but that's about it. Like, it was never really marketed as well to Western audiences as it was in Japan, which is probably why in places like the America and the UK, like it's not as well known. In fact, I actually only found out about the Pretty Cure franchise by pure luck back when I was in secondary school. One morning I was just flicking through the TV channels before school started, and I actually came across the English dub of the first series of Pretty Cure on Pop Girl, of all things. I knew it was a girls' channel, so like I tried to move past it and forget about it, but I just couldn't help but feel interested by what I'd seen. Like this really looks interesting, and so I ended up watching the first episode, and I was completely hooked on it. I started doing research and starting to see just how big the brand was, and I made it my mission to just watch as many of the TV series and movies that I possibly could. I think I watched up to Go Princess Pretty Cure, and that was about Princess Pretty Cure, and that was about it. So I haven't watched any of the other series after that, but I have still been keeping up with it. Like I know, I think it's been going on for more than 20 years now, because it's 2025 and it started in 2024, and so yeah, I've always really, every time I've gone to Hyper Japan Fest, I've always really wanted to purchase some Pretty Cure, just some Pretty Cure merchandise. Like, unfortunately, the stall didn't have any Cure Black or Cure White figures that I was really hoping for. They did have key rings of both characters, but they didn't match. So yeah, that was disappointing. What I did get, however, were these Pretty Cure posters, which shows different Pretty Cures in various groups. It only goes up to I think Happiness Charge Pretty Cure. I think that's the 10th season, and but yeah, I was just really happy to have some Pretty Cure franchise as material. They were also selling Pretty Cure shirts as well. I was tempted to buy them, but I was thinking, I don't know, would this suit me if I wore it like one of these? And I thought, yeah, maybe it's probably not best that I do that. What I did purchase on that stall though was this, a figurine of Asuna from Sword Art Online. It's the ordinal scale outfit. Now, if you've seen some of my Hyper Japan videos before, you'll know that I actually already do own a figure of Asuna in this outfit. It's actually this one. I think I bought it last year. And yeah, so it's practically the same, but the only thing about this one is that it actually doesn't have the sword on it. I did know this when I purchased it. The store owner said like they'd lost the sword and like they would send it to me if they found it, but I didn't mind. Like I was just happy to have this one. But so yeah, now I have another Asuna figurine, and it's the one with the sword. So that brings my collection of Asuna figurines to 3 now. I've got this one, and there's another one that I've got. Which is her original form. So yeah, after making those purchases, we started to go around to some of the other stalls to see what they had on offer. I did actually see some that I was actually familiar with. Like I actually saw the stall that actually sold me this last year, the light up Eevee Pokeball. They were selling more of them there, but yeah, I was thinking like, well, there's not really many Pokemon. I don't really see the point of owning another one of these, because like, Eevee's like, I wanted to get one for Eevee, and yeah, the other ones didn't really interest me, so I just leave that. And there was also another store that was selling changing stickers. Like, so you look at the sticker, you look at it one side, it's one way, and it changes. There weren't any there that I was looking for really, but Laura, she actually did purchase a Sailor Moon one. I think she purchased it later on. She purchased a Sailor Moon one, and she also purchased one of Maureen from My Dress Up Darling. because me and her, I actually told her about My Dress Up Darling. We've watched the anime together, and yeah, she absolutely loved it. And she actually started. That was another manga series that she started buying. Like, I'd never read the manga before watching the anime, but she started buying the manga, and I decided to read, and I decided to read them as well. And we're currently watching the second season that's airing now. So yeah, needless to say, there are quite a few animes that we both like, and yeah, she made those purchases. Anyway, around that time, we were both starting to get a little bit hungry because it had been like, I think, 3 hours already of us going down, and we'd only been looking around the ground floor at this point. So and also the thing with Hyper Japan is you're not allowed to bring in your own food or anything because there are people who are selling like traditional Japanese food or other beverages, and they want to make sure because they're going through the trouble of making this food. They don't want people to just skip out on it because they're bringing their own food in. So you're only allowed to bring water in, and that's it. No other drinks, no other food. If you want to eat something, you've got to either leave and come back, or you've got to purchase what's in there. So, and let me say, the lines in there are absolutely crazy. Like there are literally hundreds of people queuing up. You could be in line for like half an hour waiting to get some of your food. So me and Laura, we actually decided to join one of the shorter lines that was just getting some basic chicken and chips and a fruit drink. It was basically, I only got like 4 small bits of chicken, some small chips, and a drink, and it ended up being so horribly overpriced. Like, I spent £19 on that. Like, really? Like, you could get a bigger meal for cheap at Five Guys or something for that. But like, again, I understand. These people are coming in there. They want to make sure they get their money's worth for coming in to do it at Hyper Japan, and yeah, so I understood. So yeah, we sat down to eat a bit of lunch, and while Laura was finishing hers, I actually decided to go back to one of the stalls that we'd already been to because I really wanted to purchase another figurine, which was this one of Holo, the Wise Wolf from Spice and Wolf. This was I remember seeing the original series that was done by Funimation. Well, it wasn't done by Funimation; it was dubbed by Funimation. But yeah, I absolutely loved that, and I loved the reboot of it as well that was released recently. It was called Merchant Meets Merchant Meets Wolf, Spice and Wolf. There's a certain tagline to it, but yeah, it was basically rebooting the series and retelling it, and I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it because it was basically retelling the anime that I'd already seen, but it surprisingly won me over the reboot because they, it was the same stories, but they did it in a slightly different way. And one thing I was really happy about was that they brought back Brina Peninsula and Lawrence's original voice actor from the English dub to do the voice as well, because Brina Peninsula, she is absolutely perfect as Holo. Like, she's just, the accent she does her with is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I really like Spice and Wolf, and so yeah, I really just wanted to have this little Holo figurine. After we were done with that, we decided to actually head upstairs to the other stalls on the top levels, and this is unfortunately where things became a little bit complicated because the thing with Laura is that she has always had this problem with heights. Like, she's manages to deal with like going upstairs or sitting up high in theater seats or something. But it's just like if she can see, like if she can see like a big area where it's open and she could fall, like, well not fall, but like if she can see like how high up she was and how up she is and how close she is to the edge of where it is, like, she starts to feel really nervous and really dizzy. And I did warn her about this beforehand, that there were upper levels, and she assured me that she would manage it. And so I kept holding on to her hand. We were going around all the stalls, and but yeah, we got around, I think, halfway around the first top area, and she just couldn't bear it anymore. Like we just had to find a way to take her back downstairs, just so that she could calm down a bit. So as much as we wanted to stay together, like I knew that there was still a lot more on the upper levels that I wanted to look at. So we agreed to briefly split up. She could look a little bit more around some of the other stalls and make some of those other purchases that I mentioned, and I could go upstairs and just look at just look at some of the other things that were on offer. So and we were both okay with it. Like we both understood, and so yeah, we did separate, and it rather a pity though, because I actually. While I was going up the stairs again, I saw a Hello Kitty photo up with a costumed character, and there was also a no-face one as well. And I tried to text her to let her know, but she never got the message, so she ended up missing out on that. But yeah, so I went upstairs to make some more purchases, and just before dropping Laura off, there was one thing that I was absolutely so excited to find. I can't show you them right now because they're actually on the lap. I've actually stuck them to the laptop that I'm using, but they were actually changing stickers of the Evolutions. Like a couple or a few years ago, I actually did purchase similar stickers. Like I had ones that changed between Eevee and all 8 of its Evolutions, like 3 stickers, and the 8 Evolutions with Eevee. Like I stuck them on my laptop, but there was one time where I actually had to get my laptop repaired because it wasn't working. I had to have it sent away. They fixed it and they sent it back, but I was absolutely shocked to discover that they had actually removed the stickers and thrown them away, because like I guess they had to do it in order to fix it properly. But I was just so upset that I'd lost those stickers because they were so good, and I made sure, like, every time I went to Hyper Japan Fest afterwards, I was always trying to find replacements for those stickers. I wanted to find them again and to put them on my laptop, and this year I was able to find them, and I was able to put them on again. Some of the other things that I found upstairs were actually I found another Yu-Gi-Oh stall that was, well, not a Yu-Gi-Oh stall, but like they had individual Yu-Gi-Oh cards and in like individual ones that for sale, so I bought a few of those. And I also bought where is it? Yes, on the same stall I actually bought this little pin of Eevee. So yeah, it was good. I saw there was this Eevee pin. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with this one, but yeah, I really like the look of that one. And on another store, I actually got an Eevee and an Evolution button. So yeah, like they had the option, like they were selling posters like these and other various stickers, but yeah, I decided this would probably be the best option for me. So I was able to get my my Evolution and my Evolution merchandise from this. Let's see what else did I have a look at? I'm just checking my notes. Oh yeah, and so while I was looking around, there were actually some other stalls that I remember from previous years. Like I saw the place that was selling me Eevee coasters, and like those little water paints of them, and like I said, there was the one with the glowing Pokeball as well. But as much as I really had fond memories of those stalls, they didn't really have anything that I was interested in buying. So anyway, after I had a look around at what they had on offer upstairs, I went back downstairs met up with Laura, and she told me what some of the things that she'd purchased as well. And by that point, we'd gone around to pretty much everywhere, so I was starting to think about, right, I've seen all the stalls now. Is there anything that I did see that I want to go back and get? Like, I didn't have anything. I didn't have like enough left like to get all those plushies at the beginning. I was pretty sure they were sold out anyway. So, but anyway, we did go round to some of the other stalls, like the Pretty Cure store I'd seen before, and there was one, but there was one more stall where I bought two things from. The first was actually a figurine of Kirito, which is another Sword Art Online character. Now, I'll put a picture up on here, but I don't want to actually handle this one to show you because unfortunately something very horrible happened. When I got it home, I was trying very hard to attach the sword into the hand. I was trying to construct it, and as I was doing that, the sword actually snapped. It completely snapped off. I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? It was because I think the sword was just at the bottom of the sword. It was just too thick to actually slot into the hand, so it wasn't working. It was only after that it snapped that I was able to slip it in round the other way, so it couldn't go into the hand directly like this. I had to slide it in the other so that the end popped out. So yeah, there was that. I have reattached it with sellotape, and it is actually holding quite well, that sellotape. But yeah, as a collector's item now, it's pretty much lost its value. I've honestly never had the best luck with swords with some of the figures that I bought. Like I said, there's this Arsuna one whose sword was actually missing. The other Arsuna one I've got, her sword actually doesn't fit in her hand anymore, and it's complete, and it's part of it snapped off. And then I've got this one with which was broken which was broken from where I was constructing it. So yeah. But still, I'm still happy to have the figurines, and that brings my total of Sword Art Online figurines to 6 now. And the very last thing that I purchased on that day was actually, oh, hang on, I'm actually leaning on it now. Was actually this Vulpix pillow, the Alolan Vulpix, because along with Eevee and Shaman, Alolan Vulpix has become one of my favourite Pokemon. I've still got the Alolan Vulpix poster that I got last year, and conveniently enough, I didn't get this at Hyper Japan, but I was actually going through Dartford one day, and I got this little Alolan Vulpix on a stall. This is actually a Build-A-Bear version that was sold for a little while. The person who sold it to me said she actually got it and she had to restore it a little bit. But yeah, I just saw this and it's a lot like the Eevee one that I've got, and yeah, it's just like a really little cuddly thing. I just really felt like I just had to own this. It was too good of an opportunity to miss, really. But yeah, so I bought that in Dartford. I got this at Hyper Japan Fest, and then pretty much after that we went around some of the other stalls just to see if there was any other purchases we wanted to make. I went back to the Yu-Gi-Oh stall to see if there were any more booster packs or boxes of booster packs that I wanted to get, but yeah, they didn't have anything left. So well, they did nothing that I wanted anyway. So yeah, at the very end of that, by that point we had been at the event amazingly about 7 or 7.5 hours. So we were there practically nearly the whole day. So that the whole time it was open. I've never actually spent so much time at Hyper Japan Fest before. I think it's and that's largely because Laura was there with me. Like I was slowing myself down a little bit more, because if it was on my own, I would have like gone around looking at all the stalls and just quickly passing by if there was nothing on there that I liked. But of course there were some that Laura really enjoyed, so we had to stop while she was looking at them. And like I said, she bought Hello Kitty merchandise. She bought some of those changing stickers. She got a Hello Kitty bag. There was and yeah, there was just quite a lot of other things as well. She did tell me she was a little bit disappointed that there wasn't a lot of manga that was on sale. And yeah, like I actually have to agree. Like when we were leaving, they actually did give us a QR code to access a survey, which we could do to talk about our experience and like what we wanted to see, how we heard about the event and everything. So, and I actually did make a note as we were leaving, like to say, like, you know, there's that one thing that's been missing from Hyper Japan Fest recently is there's not been a whole lot of places where you can buy anime, manga, or even video games sometimes. Really, like they just don't have stalls for that. Like, so yeah, I did mention to them, but yeah, like at the end of it, like we were happy with our purchases. We got the train back to I think, like I said, back to Charing Cross, I think, and we got, or was it Victoria? I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, we got it back to, we drove, and then we went back to Dartford, and it seems like, as I said, it was fine that I'd left my car where I did for the whole day, and yeah, so and that was pretty much it. So that was pretty much our day at Hyper Japan Fest, and like I said, this was just it was really just a wonderful experience. Like I've been to Hyper Japan Fest so many times. I actually have gone with friends before, like in a couple of years, but this was the first time I'd been with my girlfriend, and I got to show her, you know, what the event was like, and just sharing her first experience with that, and it really was created like a whole new experience for me. Like, you can experience something, but something can be very, it can give you a different experience if you're sharing that experience with someone else. And that was just something really special to me. Like I've got to say, I was so looking forward to this event. Like I'd been looking forward to it all year, just to see how she would enjoy it, and yeah, she really did enjoy it. And I think I'd say it's very likely that we're going to be going again together next year or another year. It just depends on how much money we save and what we can afford to do, really. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's all I've got to say, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to say. And so if you like this video, then leave a like, share and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video that I do. So until next time, stay tuned.